Hello there, Josh here from Cosmos Counseling Clinic. Just wanting to talk to you about some recent research that's come out from Stats Canada that I think is going to be helpful for discussions between husband and wife, mother and father about workload and our perspectives of it. Because that's usually where a lot of disagreements come from is who we think is doing what. So to get us started, we're going to look at this research from Statistics Canada. It came out in October. But we're just gonna hone in right where those graphs are in that left corner to just kind of dive into things here. So when we look at it, this first one is about providing physical care. The blue is the dads, and we asked the dads on weekdays whether or not providing care is shared equally. 45% of dads said yes, and on weekends, 65. However, when you ask the moms, they said 28% on weekdays, and mom said 46% on weekends. So we've got some discrepancy there. So let's move to that next graph there, helping with homework. I should note there's that little number 2 there. That means they were looking at the specific age of kids. So on the previous one, physical care, diaper changing, bottle feeding, those are things that you do from like 0 to 5. Helping with homework is from like age 5, 6 to 18. So just keep that in mind. So now we have like an older child helping with homework. Dads say 44% of the time that they do help out and that it's shared equally on weekdays and 52% on weekends. When we go to what the moms have to say, the numbers are a bit different. We have 22% of moms saying that it's equal on weekend or weekdays, and 38% that say it's equal on weekends. So again, we've got some discrepancy there. Now let's move to accompanying children to activities, being the taxi driver or the Uber driver. So during the week, 37% of dads say that it's split week evenly, and 62% on weekends. So most of the dads feeling that it's split evenly. Moms, different perspective. 26% for weekdays, 52% on weekends. Now, when it comes to leisure activities, so doing those fun, playful things, which again, we have dads saying that 54% of the time they are helping participate in those fun, playful activities, and 68% of the time on weekends that it's split equally. And when we factor in what mom's perspective is, they feel that 38% of the time it's being split equally and 54% on weekends. So again, there's this discrepancy of whether or not things are being shared equally between parents. And overall, there seems to be a discrepancy between what moms and dads think. Dads are a little bit closer to half the time or just over half the time that they feel things are being split equally. Moms, on the other hand, were in that like 1/3, maybe to half the time where where they feel things are being split equally. So one of the main reasons why I'm sharing this research is because it shows how much our perception plays into fact. They weren't asked to track or log the hours. It was a self-report of whether or not you think these activities are being shared equally. And we find then that those that felt that the tasks were not being shared equally were having more difficulties. But we actually don't know if they were being shared. It was just our perception. So I think this is important to note that it's more about our perception of how we perceive things are going on in our relationship that then actually have an impact on what we do in the relationship. So if we feel our perception is our needs aren't being met due to our perception, we need to reality check with ourselves, but also have the conversation with our partner about, hey, I don't think these are being met. What can we do about it? Versus then taking time out of sleep and then feeling angry and resentful and those kind of things. So to actually talk about those things and come together as mother and father while raising your children. So that is why I wanted to bring this to our attention, is because I think this is potentially where a lot of tension comes into our co-parenting relationships. So thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Josh. I'm with Cosmos Counseling Clinic. Take care, live long and prosper.